We're going to start with a diminished 7. That's pick any note on the 6th string and play every 3rd fret. Obviously, you can't play these simultaneously, but this is the way to learn it, believe me. In a diminished 7 chord, I can't say there's no root. Any note could be called the root. No note is more likely to be the root than the others, although in this case, most people would name it by the lowest one. That's common, but it could be called a D diminished 7, an F diminished 7, an A flat diminished 7, or a B diminished 7. Well, it's diminished. It wouldn't be wrong, but say diminished 7 if it's got 4 notes in it. This has 5, but the root is the lowest note is the same as the highest note. This is the easiest way to see it and the hardest way to play it. Well, we're going to get to that. Minor thirds all the way up. Flat any note. In this case, we flatted the root. It looks like we flatted 2, and we did, but it's the same note. We flatted a D to a D flat. It becomes D. Let me give you your intervals. Major third, minor third, whole step. It becomes D flat dominant 7. If you played all those notes on one string or on a separate string, it'd be unplayable. You don't have 5 fingers. But that is technically a D flat 7 chord. And that's a G flat 7 chord. So you got both fingerings, root position straight up. It's all inversions all at once. And you can't play this one either. Generally, the way I see it is we've moved the root to the 2nd string. We moved the flat 7 to the 3rd string. We do away with the 5th. So this chord has 2 roots and no 5ths, but it's a G flat 7. You're probably going to recognize it down here as C7. Just a C chord with your pinky down. Any fret on the neck. In this chord, you probably want to, in most cases, not play the outside strings because they won't harmonize. This one would be okay. The 7th fret would be okay. That's E7. You can try it and see what you think. Some people make songs out of them when they sound awful and they make it work anyway. Okay, if you move over a group of strings, it becomes much harder to finger, but it's a beautiful chord. I mean, it's a nice sounding chord. Move the root, or one of the roots, the high root, up a whole step, and you have a C ninth chord. It doesn't have a 5th in it, but it's a pretty unnecessary note anyway. If you put the 5th in it, you probably have to bar there. C ninth. Great voice chord. I teach Skype lessons online, 10 to 10, 7 days a week. There are some things you're not going to learn from a book or a chart.